Oh well, that's a problem for future us.
But for now...
It's time to return to Foundation. And see if we can't find where Hildibrand is. The market is in the pillars, so you might be right about it just being in the market.
Yeah.
Let's hunt for Hildibrand. I don't see Hildibrand here. Ah, I see Nashu! Girlfriend. You are dressed well enough for this weather. Yay. A gentleman falls rather than flies. As you catch sight of Nashu, you cannot help but wonder if you're about to have a bad time. Well, I'll be the Mew fans in the flesh. It's a pleasure to see you again. Wait, is this what they call serendipity? It is, isn't it? That settles it. You've got to help me find the inspector. Core, I was hoping you would silently agree. So I've been trying to calculate the trajectory the inspector took when he was catapulted into the sky again. I triple-checked my figures and concluded that he must have landed somewhere here in Ishgard. Unfortunately, the investigation has been proceeding as smoothly as I had hoped. But now you're here, we're sure to make some progress. Come, let's speak with the merchants and see if anyone has had dealings with a gentlemanly Highlander.
Oh boy.
I mean, they've had dealings with a thorn. Like, Albric is a gentlemanly Highlander. Gentlemanly Highlander, you say? My apologies, I can't say I've had dealings with the man you describe. Are you saying that... Well, that's the Mender. Also, Mender, please fix my gear. Thank you. Good morrow to you, madam. Oh, you're looking for someone, a gentlemanly Highlander? I know not this man of whom you speak, but mayhap Mistress Lacy does. She is well acquainted with rather a lot of merchants and noblemen. Nor lazy. I've sold my fair share of goods to Highlander adventurers, but I had not described such clients as particularly gentlemanly, I'm afraid. I don't think these people consider Albric gentlemanly. Is it homophobia? Ma'am. What voice should I give you? As ever, a warm welcome to you, miss. How may I be of service? I'm very close to quick thinks. I'm trying for an old lady and I got quick thinks. Oh no.
Oh no.
A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? Now that I think of it, I have heard tell of a foreigner who may be the man whom you seek. Begging your pardon, miss. Did you say you knew Inspector Hildibrand? An acquaintance of yours, I presume? I do not know his name, only that he is here by invitation of Lord Edmund, or so it is rumored. Surely, as a ward of House Fortemps, it would be a trifling matter to go and ask for him at the manor. A Highlander in the care of House Fortemps. That is Albric. Core, I knew it was serendipity to Fortemps Manor. If it is Hildibrand, we need to go save Lord Edmund. Lord Edmund will have a very bad time. Well met, Mistress Barr. Do you and the Mew fans require assistance? Aye, it is as you say. At the time, Lord Ormont is entertaining a new foreign guest. Huzzah! We found the inspector! If I'm not mistaken, their meeting should be ending shortly. If you'd like, you may retire to the gazebo and wait for our guests to depart. A gazebo? Aren't those dangerous? Then again, you seem a reasonable sort. Not like to let a wild gazebo run amok. Very well, we humbly accept your offer. And if it wakes up, I'll have you there to protect me. A gazebo is like a place to sit. What the hell?
This joke sounds familiar.
It's the old D&D joke about the people who thought a gazebo was a monster and then, like... Yeah. See? Gazebo!
This is one very well-tamed gazebo, I must say.
Not liable to eat anyone. That must be Inspector Hildibrand! I cannot well imagine how arduous your journey must have been. Truth be told, I found the Briscorthan air to be rather invigorating. It stimulates body and mind both. A welcome benefit when one must discuss matters of commerce. I dare say we would not have accomplished so much otherwise. There you are, Inspector. I've been looking all over for you. I say, who do I see before me? Not one, but two of my beloved son's faithful companions. Lord Godbert, but I thought... Hildibrand's missing. Possibly dead. Hildy, in Ishgard? This is the first I've heard of it. Aha! I found you at last, heretic!
Huh?
Your voice is not appropriate. I'm going to redo it. Yes, you! The hulking brute with a mad gleam in his eye! Your brazen heresy is plain for all to see. Surrender yourself. The Inquisition at once! I beg your pardon? This man is a Nildan merchant here on behest of House Fortom. Such baseless accusations will not be tolerated. A guest of House Fortom? Then he couldn't possibly... Though there were these two wards that... They were acquitted of all charges in trial by combat. And if he demands the right to, then I would personally have to... Oh dear.
You don't want him to do a trial by combat.
1,000 apologies, good sir. I spoke out of turn. I'm Seer, and as you may have guessed, I'm an Inquisitor, who's been charged with investigating reports of a rather suspicious, possibly heretical individual. Oh, a heretic, you say? One who bears a passing resemblance to me? Aye, a man, rather muscular, wearing dark garments and acquitting himself in a somewhat gentlemanly fashion, as some might say. This heretic sounds like the spitting image of Inspector Hildibrand. Could he be a fan?
I think that's
say again?
Inspector.
You're acquainted with such a man? Yeah, he's an idiot. I see. And the man you're looking for is Lord Godbert's own son, Got a lot for me calling him an idiot.
Eccentric, but not a heretic.
It would seem our investigations may be connected. So I put to you a proposal. The first reported sightings of the heretic I'm tracking came from Falcon's Nest. Mayhap we should journey there together. It is, after all, possible we are seeking the self-same individual. If so, and if he is innocent, it would be for the best if you were present when I apprehend him, that we might resolve this matter without incident. I say we go with him, Gobbo. This looks to be our best lead yet.
Then I shall accompany you all. It's been far too long since I've laid eyes on my beloved son, and if there's chance we might be reunited, I should be glad to seize it.
Then it's settled. We shall leave for Falcon's Nest at once. You gonna pay the teleport fee, Seer? Seer, pay the teleport fee for me. Seer? Seer. No. Fucking cops. That's 213 gil I'm never getting back.
Not even enough to make it back to old,
And it's snowing. Hey, Redwald. I don't remember what voice I gave you. Mr. Spar, are these your traveling companions? I'll just go natural. The mysterious muscular vagabond. Ah yes, a patrol sighted him lurking near the dusk vigil. Thinking he might be a lost traveler, they called out to him. Rather than approach, he fled. Quite frankly, I'm surprised you bothered to come all this way. That sighting barely warranted a mention in my report. Aha! The unmistakable scent of heresy! Ah, terribly sorry. Old habit I picked up from my mentor. I know, I'll not rush to judgment as before. Still, much as I hope you find your missing inspector, I must confess some small desire that we instead unearth a lingering pocket of heresy. Of late there have been virtually no confirmed instances of heretical misdeeds. It's gotten so bad that some are speculating our funding might be reduced. Or worse, the Inquisition's operations might come under review. That's why, Halone as my witness, I will find and bring a heretic to justice, and prove that our order still has value in these uncertain times. Yes, I understand you have your reasons. But whether or not this vagabond was a heretic remains to be seen. Still, if you're set on your course, you may as well begin your search near the Dusk Vigil. An excellent suggestion. Should we succeed in our endeavor, rest assured you will share in the glory. Yeah, no one cares. No one cares, Seer. Defund the police. The hunt continues. Onward to the Dusk Vigil. I told the region's especially cold, so don't forget to dress appropriately for the weather. Exactly, Wiz. Exactly, Halabali. Fuck the popo.
I wonder how the concoction inspector is doing.
I'm especially kind of irritated with cops lately because they've actually started causing me problems here. I had my first negative cop encounter. Also, we don't have Albrick here to ride on his robot.
This balloon isn't meant for brother!
You're right. Why am I out here in the cold on my thing? When I have my nice heated mana cutter. I mean, it's still kind of open to the elements, but I have leg heating. I should talk to Sid about putting a roof on this thing, so I can get better climate control.
A convertible. Oh.
Yeah, get better climate control in the mana cutter. I actually really like the mana cutter. It's so cool looking.
With the blow-up rhino be good shelter from the cold?
I think it's gonna get caught in the wind.
Okay, I'm getting picked on by wolves, so I better go check that out.
At the dusk vigil? Oh no, you mean your dogs are causing problems. Godbert, why are you dressed like that? It's freezing.
Oh, this land has a beauty all its own, don't you think? A pity my dear wife isn't here to enjoy it.
Sir, put some clothes on. Think of the children. Exactly. I know that, like, you aren't in a formal meeting anymore, so you don't have to be formal, but seriously, where? I mean, he's wearing more clothes than usual still. See, you have Seer over here fucking dying. I trust you're managing. Good. It would be a shame if we had to turn back now. Give me an enemy to AoE fire on to warm Seer up. There we go. Here, Seer. We're gonna warm you up. Feel better? Look, it's frozen. Wait, does that mean the fish are frozen too? Well, do we see our friendly neighborhood heretic? Oh, Fury, take me. It's freezing. This is a waste of time. No living thing could survive this god-forsaken wasteland. Over there! Look! Someone's coming from the vigil! Inspector! Inspector, is that you? Oh, it's a zombie.
As I live and breathe, of all the places to be reunited with Master Zombabrand's companions, how fare you all this afternoon?
Hawk! A heretic raised from the dead by its brother's unholy magics! He's not a heretic. He's one of the gentle dead men. What brings you so far from Ul'dah, good sir?
Well, as you know, ours is a rather lonely existence. So when we heard rumors of an abandoned fortress held by zombies, we were delighted. I was chosen to serve as an emissary and set out immediately. Alas, it seems my efforts were for naught. Truly? Everyone else won? Dead? Let's say, irrevocably dead. If it was necessary, then so be it. Still, after coming all this way, it is more than a little disappointing. You understand?
Go grab a sandwich. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Poor gentle dead man. We killed all of them. Then, my calculations were wrong? Inspector didn't land in Corthus?
Well, now, don't fret so. If it's our overlord you seek, then you are in luck. As the founder of the Gentle Dead Men, our fates and our aether are inextricably entwined. In fact, I can feel it calling to me now.
Truly, good sir. You can guide us to Inspector Hildibrand?
As surely as my rotting nose can lead me to fresh brains. Follow me, my friends.
And the Seer being totally fucking done.
You get used to it.
One must remain vigilant for heresy, for it can manifest in myriad ways. 'Tis a vile, insidious sickness which must needs be burned out ere the infection takes hold. Surely zombification would qualify, yes?
You'll get used to it.
Confound it, they've left us behind!
Yeah, they tend to do that.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll find them in the air. It's a zombie, a cat girl, and frickin'
Godbert.
Godbert. Like, they stand out. Don't call it a comeback. Seer's look of utter confusion is one you know all too well. Who do they think they are? Commandeering this investigation? and employing a zombie as a bloodhound? It beggars belief. I need a drink. We must regain control of the situation. With me, Gobbo! Seer, I regret to inform you, when we find Hildibrand, it's going to be even more out of control. Hop in my mana cutter, Seer. I'll keep you nice and warm.
Oh my.
Seer's cute. For a cop,
Yeah.
I mean.
I was thinking, Chris. Yeah. I am a cute fire bomb.
I've delivered you a seer. Sickness is wont to fester and spread, yes? Is it truly safe to consort with this man? Nope.
Simply basking in this magnificent scenery fills me with inspiration.
Inspector! Inspector!
Oh, hold a moment. My friends, I must needs concentrate. Master Zombibrand is indeed nearby, but there's also something else. Mayhap a powerful magic confounding my senses. I can guide you no further. We must needs split up and search the area.
Now see here, these wastes are infested with wild beasts, and you would have us split up? The Mew fans can handle themselves, true, but you've clearly no reason to fear death, and what if Mistress Nashu?
I take your meaning. My good zombie, Gobbo, pray see to the lady's protection. Inquisitor Seer, would you care to take the lead?
Come on, you two. The inspector's out here somewhere. We need to go on foot so we can investigate things.
Alright. I'm keeping my fire bomb. Whoa, ladies!
Let's see if we can see something from up here on this ridge. We're going to pretend that my mini-map isn't pointing exactly the direction I need to go. Nothing over here that we can see. We have high ground over here. I'm regretting going on foot. Wolves everywhere.
These sculpted legs. Those sculpted legs, clad in gentlemanly trousers. I know them.
Indeed, I see them too. He's having some trouble with Yetis. Look, Gobbo! That's got to be the inspector! And he's surrounded by giant, fluffy, man-shaped gazebos!
Nay, my lady, they're not mere gazebos. Note their regal bearing. They are gentlemen gazebos, fearsome yet fastidious foes, who would surely tear me rotting limb from rotting limb. Only the Mew fans can save Master Zomberbrand now.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Yes, we must.
I'm pretty sure the world would be better without him.
Says you. Alright.
Inspector, Inspector, can you hear me? We've been looking all over for you. Oh no, this won't do. We've got to get you out of there before you catch cold. Okay, hold him like that, hold him like that. Ura, you've got your paladin, get your sword. Then we can cleave him down the center. Right there. Up and at him! Everyone's waiting for you! Forgive me. If I pull any harder, my arms are like to tear. Ah, there you are. We heard shouting. Have you perhaps found something? Fury,
I think
take
he's
me.
frozen in there.
Is that the heretic? Confound it, I wanted him alive.
He is alive.
Inspector Hildibrand is definitely not a heretic. And he's probably not dead either. He's just hibernating like last time.
Hildy ever was a late riser. Fear not, my wife and I had our ways of waking him.
What?
Kick him in the nuts, kick him in the nuts, kick him in the nuts, come on.
Yeah, you might want to stand back in the splash zone over there.
Hildibrand, get up right this instant.
See, are you fool? Not quite as good as kick him in the nuts, but I'll accept it.
Oh, they're coming down. It's not even deeper.
Was it the Mandeville meteor strike or the Mandeville meteor dive? Bah, maybe Julian was right. Trying to name everything only leads to needless confusion. One more time then. Out you go!
Oh,
Is that Vivi? I know Vivi. Splendidly suplexed, Lord Godbert.
The snowy wastelands of Korthus? And who are these people I see before me? Ah, but of course! Who else would venture into inhospitable climes and wake me from slumber sweet but my beloved fans?
Why do I feel as though I've stepped through a portal into an alternate reality unbound by the laws of logic?
Because he just did.
Wait, what is that? A mammoth? Where did it come from?
Oh, that? When my father drove me into the earth, I found it buried beneath the snow.
A little Lalafelin girl, how adorable!
Nashu, please. Note the firm, muscular legs. Not unlike my own. 'Tis clearly a Lalafelin boy.
You should
Now that
have
you mention
assumed
it, I
their
suppose-
gender.
Now that you mention it, I suppose his features are rather masculine. You two cannot possibly be serious.
I am the very soul of seriousness, good sir. Especially in matters of deduction. This is undoubtedly a young boy who, much like myself, fell into a deep slumber upon being buried beneath the snow. Now then, let us gently wake him and ascertain his identity.
Warning flashing.
There, that ought to do it.
What is this place? Who am I? The faces are so stupid.
Inspect the gentlemanly lane.
I remember nothing.
'Tis not in all creation that cannot be repaired with a little tender love and care. Master Zombibrand is alive and full of beans. It's a miracle.
How do we know that he's full of beans? Can you smell the beans? Is he farting? Am I just not smelling the farts? Surely there's
no.
a perfectly logical explanation for all of this. Surely. Inspector Hildibrand's back, and he brought a friend!
It would seem that although Father's gentle ministration served to restore this young boy to life, they also robbed him of his memory.
How did I get here? Who am I? Why can I not remember?
Don't worry, young man. Everything will be all right. Take it from me. I've lost my memory more times than I can remember.
Then can you help me to remember?
Hearken to me now, for I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby swear to solve the mystery of the amnesiac hobbledehoy.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'll get started on a batch of Nashu's delights.
Effective as your explosives were in the past, I suspect that young gIgI lacks the hardy constitution required to survive such an approach.
gIgI, is that my name?
When you woke, you were muttering gIgI gIgI. I suspect the phrase may hold significance to you. So until such time as we learn your real name, I say, why not adopt it as a playful moniker?
But that's just the sound all mammoths make. What kind of imbecile goes and names a mammoth gIgI anyway? Computing. gIgI. I like this name. Thank you, kind sir. But how will this new name help me to remember who I am?
Patience, gIgI. This is only the beginning. Next we will return to the city and see if we cannot find any who know who you are. Come along.
Is my gIgI voice coming across properly?
I don't know. My dog's been crying.
Oh no.
Now that we know our overlord is safe and sound, I too must take my leave of you and return to my brothers. I dare say rigor mortis will set in if I remain here any longer.
Bound for Thanalin?
Then allow me to accompany you. Julian will give me no end of trouble if I keep her waiting much longer, though perhaps she will forgive me once I tell her of Hildy's return.
I gave these two almost the same voice. I'm so bad at jumping from one to the other. This is rather a lot to digest, though you have the look of one accustomed to such happenings. In any case, regardless of Mistress Nashu's protestations, the Inspector will not be granted access to the capital until we can confirm that he's not a heretic. You have my word that he will be treated fairly. Oh no. Oh no, it's a shadowy person. It's a new person. The other person's dead. But we have a new criminal. A new mysterious criminal.
What?
Speak to Seer in Foundation.
Yeah, turns out my dog just wanted a treat for finishing his dinner.
Silly doggo. Where are you in Foundation? Or you're just right there, okay. Oh, Fury take me, that man! Oh, Gobbo! I suppose you've heard the news, then? That Inspector Hildibrand was cleared of all suspicion and judged to be no more than an eccentric curiosity. If you're looking for him, good luck. I wanted to thank him for his cooperation, but as soon as the Temple Knights released him, he and his assistant ran off to God's know where with that mammoth in tow. As for my investigation, in spite of all the twists and turns, I managed to salvage a satisfactory result. As far as the Inquisition's concerned, the suspicious vagabond was not more than a zombie which wandered away from the Dusk Vigil. Sickness which has been purged. So it would seem that all is right with the world once more. For now, I have no doubt the Inspector will turn up again like a bad gill, and when he does, trouble is sure to follow. Yep, and since we don't have to wait for patch releases, you should have a blue checker right now. Oh, but there's a cutscene. Okay. Alright, preview! Woohoo! Hildibrand. Show. Seer! Godric. gIgI! Who else? See you, Inspector. The gIgI situation. Seer must once more enter into a world he does not quite understand. I pray that this eve finds you well, Gobbo, or at least better than it finds me. Seems I have no choice but to seek out the Inspector and convince him to surrender his mammoths to me. 'Twas unearthed under most suspicious circumstances, after all, and who can say what secrets or heresy it might hold. Therefore, the Inquisition would conduct a thorough investigation, and, if needs must, destroy it. Given his affinity for the contraption, I fear the Inspector may not be amenable to my request. Nevertheless, he must be made to see that it's in the interest of public safety. Inspectigation. Did I say inspectigation?
I don't know.
Would you be willing to help me persuade him?
Not really, but okay.
Fury be praised. Or at least you've seen reason. Let's pray that he will. I'm given to understand that while the Inspector and his assistant have been wandering all over the city with Mammoth in tow, they often frequent the gazebo near Fortemps Manor. With any luck, they'll be there now. Onward!
Like,
Inspectigate!
Hildibrand's entire existence defies reason!
Yeah. Let's go inspectigate it. I also did not know this gazebo was actually... I actually didn't know this gazebo's over here. It's very nice and comfy. Hey!
Oh.
To the very pinnacle of the heavens. Isn't she adorable?
Verily, we shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the answers we seek. Every day shall be filled with grand adventures, the stuff of fairy tales and legends.
Huzzah! A grand adventure in the deepest pit of the seven hells.
Just so! Such is the creed of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire. Well posed, gIgI, well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday.
Alright, so that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellonic Inquisitory Doctrine, I hereby command you surrender that mammoth of suspected heretical origin into my custody.
Why, hello there! Gobbo and Inquisitor Seer, ever the jester. Accusing poor gIgI of being a clockwork heretic when it is plain to see he's merely a precocious young lad.
Oh, there you go again, confusing the poor girl, as if those big, beautiful, boxy eyes aren't the soul of femininity.
Nashu, please. Were you not witness to the magnificent display of Mandevillian masculinity mere moments ago?
I mean, I could do that too.
That's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what.
Parrothead.
Mr. Spar, Inspector Seer, what's all this commotion? We can hear you from the courtyard.
From the courtyard?
Oh, Lord Edmund, my sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I'm come to seize this mammoth on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the Inspector before you arrived. At which point they set to bickering about the contraption's gender.
What say you, my lord? Do you think gIgI a boy or a girl? This is clearly a strapping young lad, no?
Fury take me, not you too. Has the whole world gone mad? Fine, fine, but even supposing this gIgI is a real boy, You cannot deny that the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition has determined he is not a threat.
I beg your pardon? Miraculous resuscitation?
He was buried in the snow and Goddard hit him with a hammer.
I see. Then until such time as gIgI recovers his memory, mayhap it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Manderville. I'll even stand as witness here and now if you wish. Adopt? Then that would make me gIgI's father? Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking any action which might threaten the cordial relation between our two houses. Yes, yes, of course. I'll do it! I'll do it! I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Manderville.
Congrats on your new child.
Papa Hildy, Papa Hildy, Papa, Papa. The inspector's finally become a father. It's so beautiful. Quite. Now, if you need no longer fear the Inquisition, you're free to do this. To show gIgI more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you to do so. Mayhap, by the grace of the Fury, something will jog his memory. Count de Faucon knows that this is just a man that is just having the fucking time of his life. You know Count de Faucon is like just enjoying fucking with Seer. I love you, Edmund.
Thank you, Lord Edmund. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant, my beloved son. We must away.
Beep, beep, boop, boop.
Feel free to ask the mutants if you ever start questioning your gender.
Oh, alone. I would not presume to question your grand design, but confound it all. Well, mayhap I cannot detain the mammoth, but I'm still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. You're having fun fucking with him, aren't you?
Lord Godbert will be pleased to hear his son is hale and healthy, as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle on another father's behalf, and certainly not without consent.
I love that we shared shit-faced grins with each other. It's just like, oh my god. Warm up by the gazebo. On our way. On our way to just observe the bullshit. And on the off chance that gIgI's like a nuke will like blow him up.
Oh, okay. You're all just jumping there. Okay.
Oh, how long must I stand around waiting for that mammoth to do something passably heretical? Cor, look at all of them halberds. I've never seen such well-armed building before. I'm sorry. Are you looking at all the minarets and calling them halberds? Oh, they are halberds. That is a well-armed building. Good job, Nash.
Judging by the size of their estate, they've wealth to rival House Manderville.
What are we looking at? That would be the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory. That's a government building, Hildibrand.
Come now, gIgI. Surely gazing on this wonderful work of Ishgardian architecture stirs something within your soul. This grand manor of House Tempesarta.
Duenderte? Pray do not fill the boy, the mammoth's head, with such nonsense. This is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquisitory doctrine. I should know. I work there. Furthermore, I'm quite certain there is no House Durin Maltempensarte, and that it's a rather ludicrous portmanteau of the four houses, including the esteemed house which but recently stood as witness to your adoption.
Well, gIgI, do you remember anything?
No, nothing.
I say, rather than parading him before the grandiose, why not give him a taste of something more prosaic? Let's make our way to the holy stables, that he might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgard's famous chocobos.
Yay, chocobos.
Can mammoths even smell?
Can I ride them, Daddy? Papa.
Yes, sir.
Papa, can I ride the chocobos? I am really having fun with this voice.
Here we go.
I like gIgI's voice, it's fun.
Oh no, he warped the wrong way.
Patience, patience. A watched heretic never sins. Seer's going fucking insane over there.
Seer, just accept the fact that your life has just gone so strange.
Oh, such noble creatures, chocobos. How many halcyon days did I pass in the saddle, racing across the wind-swept plains?
So if I wanted hair that color, I'd have to eat plums, valid fruits, and pineapples. But how many? Papa, I can't smell anything. I don't have a nose.
Splendid specimens of horsebird flesh. Would you not agree? In the hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place in the saucer.
Those chocobos are the pride of the Ishgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would answer to the Fury herself. How about now, gIgI? Do you remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the chocobos, it might help. It didn't. I don't have a nose. You know, just because you found him in a Corthan snowbank, it doesn't mean he hails from Ishgard.
Which is why we ought to try taking him to the markets and exposing him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor.
Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. Yeah, Hildibrand's actually being pretty normal and responsible, all things considered. This is Hildibrand at his least bad. But I want one. I want one. Buy me a chocobo, please, Father. Father, that strange-looking thing is staring at us. Am I that strange-looking? I just want to be a real boy. To the jeweled crozier.
To the jewel cozier. Ugh.
Taking a moment to appreciate this lady's glam. Stir Shao Manhoff, I appreciate it. It's lovely.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Receive your orders. Detain your heretic. Meet your quota. Fury take me, it used to be so simple. Frightening on occasion, I grant you. What with my mentor's little episodes, but simple nonetheless. What if I picked one with my eyes closed? I'd gave it as a name day gift to myself. Oh, I wonder what I'd get me.
These goods would fetch a high price in order.
Why bother? It's of no use.
Now, gIgI, you must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise you days filled with grand adventures and the eventual discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, gIgI, spirits!
My word, a vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon. Could this be the opening salvo of an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism?
One waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps. At least look before you strike a pose. The gods only know how much that vase cost. 123,504,000 gil at last assessment. It was over 700 years old and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and a duke. 100 million gil.
I'm not even allowed to hold that many.
Oh, Helone, why have you forsaken me?
Huh? Whoa!
Well, would you look at that? Yo, gIgI is a Manderville with that skill of repairing things.
Wow, so strong in the bloodline you don't even need the blood.
He takes after his grandfather. It's a miracle. Nay, the divine intervention of the Fury herself. Did I do that?
gIgI, my boy, that's marvelous. You're a board artisan just like father.
Papa Hildy's Papa. Your grandpapa Godbert, the man who woke you with a few gentle taps to the noggin. You wouldn't believe what else he can do with that hammer of his. Why, some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death. Once he and the missus came back from their tour of Western Highlands. I'm sure they'd love to see that trick of yours. Do not demean this mammoth's power as a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle, and I demand you all acknowledge it. This mammoth. Sir, I say, sir, 100 million gil for the mammoth. Nay, 100 million gil and the Duke's priceless vase.
My word, is this what passes for trade in Ishgard? gIgI's my flesh and blood. I'll not sell him at any price.
I mean, people sell their kids in Ul'dah all the time, buddy. Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we cannot deny the truth any longer. I am a mammoth.
gIgI, whatever's gotten into you? You're my son. You're a Manderville man.
Listen to your papa, gIgI. You're a Mandeville girl through and through. Stop, both of you. You're not my papa or my mama. I am not a boy or a girl. I have a gender that cannot be associated with masculinity or femininity because I am a mammoth.
Kids these days enter their rebellion phases so early.
Kids these days with their mammoth xenogenders. Where's Seer? There you are. Ah, the unmistakable scent of, well, perhaps not heresy exactly. Regardless, that mammoth's power cannot be allowed to fall in the wrong hands. Oh, children do say the most hurtful things. No, Nashu, this is with you and Hildibrand for not appreciating your child's gender. He can be a Manderville mammoth. They can be a Manderville mammoth. We don't even know gIgI's preferred pronouns. Mam can be a Manderville mammoth. That's right. For now, for the time being, gIgI's pronouns are mam-met.
Well, it's only to be expected. gIgI is at a rebellious age. Strange as it may sound, I, too, tested my parents' patience, and that on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I.
I say we find out what got him thinking he's a mammoth. But he is a mammoth. How can you not? Oh, never mind.
This seems different with our new interpretation.
Just so we're clear,
Seer gets it.
you do agree it's a mammoth, right? You don't honestly believe that, you know... Yeah, but we don't know that ma'am likes it pronouns. Let's not assign those. I'm sure he didn't mean what he said about Papa Hildy, which means he thinks I'm his mama? The measure of a mammoth. Hildibrand knows in his heart that love transcends dimensions of time and space, definitions of man and machine.
The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildibrand, guardian of gIgI, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son.
That's the spirit. Solving a simple chase of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead. Yes, it's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that mammoth. We should begin by speaking to the sentries stationed at the city gates and the airship landing. If Fury helps us, he's left Ishgard, we need to know about it sooner rather than later. I'll visit the Ark of the Worthy, while the Inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory. After which we'll regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed. Listen to the cop. He's about to have a breakdown, and we know when cops have their mental breakdowns, they tend to shoot people. Let's not let Seer get into that state.
Good thing guns are outlawed here.
Peloton! I regret to inform you that... Where is it?
Oh no, they made it legal when I wasn't looking.
I regret to inform you that
Oh, hey!
guns have swords on them. Also, they're not legal. I'm violating the law right now. And I don't have Machinist unlocked, do I?
But that was Machinist.
Well, that's Gunbreaker. I don't have a Machinist unlocked. Also,
Oh.
I need
It
to
is
move
so
my,
easy getting lost in this big
I need
city.
to move my powder gauge. Also, it's freaking freezing in that outfit. Let's go. What's up there? Oh, and I can unlock Machinist while I'm here. Oh, Machinist has a quest. I'm not going to take the time to do that.
Maybe someday, just not today.
Yeah.
Now, here Ward sounds like a guy who knows where to find someone.
This little fella with the wide-brimmed hat, eh? He came through here. Bought passage on the supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest. Oh, one of them was named Lullafells, right? Funny little buggers. Seemed keen to be anywhere but here.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Well, if gIgI left the city, it's not by the main gates.
On the sentries at the airship landing, I've seen no one matching his description.
He went to Falcon's Nest. Falcon's Nest? Fury take me, you have to return to that freezing pit of despair?
Wheresoever gIgI goes, I'll follow him, and find him, and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there's but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the wind.
Really? He seemed in no mood to frolic when last I saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend a vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it became clear to him that he was, in fact, a mammoth, and that you and Basu kept misgendering him. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Corthus, that famous breeding ground for heresy, where we first found him. Home to his heretic masters to share with them the intelligence he gathered on this city. At long last, the undeniable, the unquestionable, the unmistakable scent of heresy. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch.
Don't comment, Matt.
Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl.
It's possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. Until such time as he does, we shall endeavor to surreptitiously bring him round to the opinion that gIgI is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu, that is the Mandeville way.
gonna take the mana cutter.
Fly, my pretties.
Seer, get in the mana cutter. Ah, even her footprints are adorable. They almost look like they were made by one of those clockwork minions.
I would know those tiny footprints anywhere. gIgI came this way.
The track continues north. Plainly mammoth footprints. Aha! I knew it. The mammoth immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them she didn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments, of insight. Maybe gIgI came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her her grandpapa might like to see that trick of hers.
Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents.
The selfsame ones you renounced when he declared you were not his father?
What a fine young gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandervilles beckons.
That was fucking so funny.
Good job, you Rossi. Good job. I really can't be bothered. Urasi needs an applause.
That was spooky.
MMOs are great. Come on, Seer, hop into my heated mana cutter. Stay out of the cold.
You found more tracks here.
They continue to the north. Right in the kisser.
Oh dear. They're having a snowball fight.
Pow! Right in the kisser.
Careful, my dear. That one's a bit below the belt.
Aha! Right in the dick. The mammoth lies motionless in the snow. Fragments of ice stuck to its cap suggest the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed.
Oh dear, got caught in the crossfire.
Oh, my head. Ooh. Oh, it's you. You followed me.
Oh, gIgI, if you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he's glad to see you're unharmed.
It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks. These dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he's not damaged?
As if a mere blow to the head could fill our gIgI. We Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst in the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions, several times from mounds above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience.
I expect the Earth was no less brilliant for the experience either. Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind me, isn't he?
What good fortune to come across paths with you, lot so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julian. But how rude of me! Would you care to join us?
Grandpapa Godbert, Grandpapa Godbert. Mama Nashu says you wield the powers of life and death. I beg of you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life, make me a real boy. His gender identity is boy. He's trans. Trans-mask gIgI.
Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little.
I will endure whatever. I must become a real boy. Seer's learning.
Then let us begin.
This body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you.
Oh, but I've not even begun. Gott guide my hammer.
That's the fastest acting testosterone ever. Papa Hildy, I'm a Mandeville man.
gIgI, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you.
The Omni Bash.
Papa Hildy.
gIgI!
I'm acting. I really hope that's not an ad and that's just this. gIgI's gotten... Godbert just transed gIgI as he desired. Oh no, it involves a ripped mammoth to man transgender adopted son clotheslining his adopted father after his adopted grandfather just chiseled him the body of his dreams. This is great.
Now that brings back some memories.
Papa Hildy, oh dear, who could have done such a thing? Oh no, this is a nightmare.
By the Fury, it's just like the vase all over again. Miraculously restored to its original form.
No, that's worse. He just had his gender-affirming care undone by magic. Oh no. This is horrible. gIgI, no.
gIgI, my boy. Under further consideration, I believe this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable.
Shut up, Hildibrand. gIgI needs a hug, not condescension. And much more adorable. Nashu, I will hit you. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammoth? Oh, he's not actually trans, he just wants to be accepted.
Is that what's been troubling you all this time? Why didn't you say so? A Mandeville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor. A gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammoth, you look them in the eyes and say, "Nay, I am a Mandeville mammoth." Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but as circumstances forced my hand, I have formally adopted gIgI as my son and ward of House Mandeville. Ye gods! I knew he was fond of the mammoth, but you hear that, woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son!
Grandpapa Godbert, Grandpapa Godbert.
It makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert. Grandmama Julian. Few things in life are grander than being a grandparent, as they say. Ha ha! Ha ha ha!
And what's so bloody grand about it? I'll not be made grandmother to a bloody, buggering mammoth. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy. Julian, you're being kind of bigoted right now.
Oh dear.
Julian. That's Godbert's abusive wife, and Hildibrand's abusive mother that they love and don't realize is an abusive, crazy woman who kills people with frying pans. And apparently does not approve of genderless entities being adopted into the family just because they're robots.
Oh
Fury,
dear.
take me. I'd heard the tales of dark nights before, but no, it couldn't be. No, I think it was something far worse. Heretical, like as not, but rules be damned, I'm not risking my life to find out. I know, I'm waiting for the culinarian and goldsmith combat rolls.
Oh no.
They're mad. Utterly mad. The whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence, I'll never understand. Well, at least the mammoth seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't even know a mammoth could have an existential crisis. Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammoth. Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Fury, take me. Their idiocy's infectious. I mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure. Report to your superior. One step at a time, one step at a time. I think Seer's having a crisis of gender. Because if a mammoth can identify as a man, Seer, with that lovely ponytail, and that manner, you're catching me when I'm painting Seer with the egg brush. Oh, there's more people up here. Well, back to Foundation. Hey chat, are we agreeing or disagreeing that Seer is eggy?
Whee!
That is a girl who is trying way too hard to man up. Alright then. My superiors, having been informed of the mammoth's adoption by House Mandeville, as witnessed by Horse for Tom, proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. They remain convinced the mammoth is the product of heretical machinations, and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as gIgI seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories, and thrown himself wholly into this new life as a Mandeville mammoth, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though, I do not share my superior's conviction. I think it's safe to say there's something exceedingly unusual about that mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that vase, and itself, to original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I've ever seen before. Hildibrand! Nashu.
Seer, Goddard,
gIgI!
Edmont,
And Julian. And a lot of
Face.
money vase. 100 million gil vase. What will happen next time on this mysterious case of gIgI? Let's find out. A gazebo to call our own. Seer may be the only man who has yet to drink from the Well of Madness. I don't know, I haven't played FF9. I recognize that gIgI is modeled after Vivi, so I guess. Also, I'm pretty sure Seer has drunk from Madness well before. Seer is a frickin' cop. That you stand here before me is proof that Helone smiles upon me this day. I have need of your assistance, Gubbo. And before you think to run away, screaming in terror, I pray you hear me out. And I just tick through it. Blah 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 blah. 'Tis heresy most foul, I say, and I mean to get to the bottom of it. But we will need all the help we can get, which means, Fury take me, we could benefit from a certain individual's serendipity. It is weird, but it's important to remember that these quests came out with the releases. So between the quests we just finished and this one, there was a 2-month waiting period when they originally came out. Besides, if we don't seek him out, he's like to show up at the worst possible time anyway. At least this way it'll be on our terms, and we can keep an eye on that boy. Mammoth! Mammoth! I'm not misgendering him! That's right. You must be wondering why I asked you to come. Well, you and the inspector seem to enjoy a natural rapport, so... Praise Helone for a moment. I was afraid you'd make me beg. This may well be my last chance to prove my worth to my superiors, and if I can't... to Fortemps Manor. Yeah, I'm gonna come along. I want to watch as you crack. Girlfriend, I want to watch you crack. In the gazebo again. Nashu. Little gIgI's been a very naughty girl. But why, Papa Hildy? Alexander? Alexander was a time-traveling god stuck in a robot's body by time-traveling goblins, and we killed him. That was that's been done already. Yeah, primals and are espers. They're the same thing, but this game, there's complexities that will be discovered over time in the course of Shadowbringers and Heavensward months in the future.
Oh dear.
Because, gIgI, such behavior's unbecoming a gentleman. But why, Papa Hildy? Why is it unbecoming a gentleman? Oh, Inquisitor Seer, Gobbo, good day to you both. Are you come as adoring fans or on business? Business. Always business, you may rest assured. Oh, then I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am at your service. Is it robbery, murder, tax evasion? Evasion? Wait, before we get into that, what's going on here? Much as it pains me to admit it, my beloved gIgI, apple of my eye, fruit of my loins, attempted to deface this lovely gazebo. Naturally, as his father, it falls to me to see him return to the straight and narrow. That's not true.
I was drawing a family crest for our home.
Now, gIgI, I know you are fond of the gazebo, as we all are, but it belongs to Lord Edmont. You wouldn't want to steal from Uncle Edmont, would you?
I guess not. Then where is our gazebo, Papa Hildy? And does it have a warm stove with a steaming kettle too?
Oh, gIgI, don't you see? We have no need of kettles or gazebos. As gentlemen inspectors, the world is our oyster. We go whither we please, where the red fern grows or the wild rose blooms.
And yet you've been sleeping in Lord Edmont's gazebo for how long? I don't care about wild roses. I want to live in a gazebo with Papa Hildy and Mama Nashu. Gazebos are quite expensive and dangerous if not domesticated.
Dangerous indeed, my boy. Besides, we are gentlemen inspectors, free to travel the length and breadth of Eorzea in search of a case. Does that not sound more thrilling than whittling away the hours beneath a gazebo?
I guess. If it's a case you want, you need not go so far. We're currently investigating reports of individuals masquerading as Knights of the Heavensward. I thought we killed the Knights of the Heavensward.
Maybe they're zombies now.
I don't care if they want to pretend to be Knights of the Heavensward, they can. I'll fire 4 on them. These contemptible charlatans are rumored to have tricked several hapless maidens into attending private parties for a small fee, with the promise of enjoying the company of these great sirs. Those who were foolish enough to attend found their experiences to be so traumatizing that they have refused to discuss them in detail. Needless to say, your assistance in this matter would be greatly appreciated, and for it you shall receive due compensation.
Say no more, Inquisitor. Say no more. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am well versed in the ways of the fairer sex.
Since when?
Mummy. Mother dearest, I was under the impression you had departed for Ul'dah.
And leave my beloved boy to keep playing at being an inspector, as well as father to a bloody mammoth? Oh, bugger that. You're coming home right this instant.
How could you say such things? It's my life's calling to be an inspector, and gIgI is my son. He's a Mandeville man.
A Mandeville mammoth. Grand.
Grand as it is to see you, you've come at a most inopportune time. The young women of Ishgard are in need of a champion to defend them from fiends most foul. Come, Nashu. Come, gIgI. We shall demonstrate to my mother our peerless investigative skills and bring these criminals to justice.
Yay, crime.
Thal's balls.
He's stubborn. Probably gets it from his sorry ass of a father. I trust you lot will help me keep him out of trouble. Right then, come along. Well, that could have gone better. And worse. Let's not keep them waiting.
A lot worse. You have no idea.
Yeah. Well, we've been on the receiving end of Mama Manderville's frying pan before. Please, do you think me so foolish as to fall for their charade? When I heard the others say said knights bore not even the slightest resemblance to the Heavensward. As if I had not already memorized every detail of my dear Sir Adelphil's face. Oh, wherever could he be?
I burned him to cinders. Let's leave that group for last.
I am truly outside her grace. My allowance all gone to waste on those. I dare not say it. Mayhap those awful rumors are true. Mayhap I must needs accept that he now walks in Halone's halls.
I can assure you he does. I murdered him. I burned him alive. Julian, help me. Save me from these idiots.
What in the seven hells is so damn appealing about getting paid a pittance to do a watch's job for him, huh?
I love you, Julian.
If the knights aren't supposed to, you know, then why are they so popular with the highborn ladies?
Forbidden fruit.
You know, I've been reading the Mahabharata, and there's an awful lot of guys seeing pretty girls, and then just spontaneously their seed falls on the ground and there's children. And they totally didn't violate their vows. Highbound ladies sing this song. Do-da, do-da, highborn, Ishgard nightsticks 5 miles long. Ah, the highborn ladies say. That took me too long.
Oh dear.
Who needs a gazebo? I do.
Oh. Yeah. There must be at least one fair maiden who can tell us something of value.
I can say one thing with absolute confidence. They're all quite mad. I demand satisfaction! Swift and terrible that...
Oh.
My throat does not like that voice. Swift and terrible vengeance! How dare they prey upon a lady's emotions to line their pockets with gil? If Sir Chalbert were here, he'd purge the lot of them like the festering sickness they are. Ah, yes, a pity he too remains missing, so very much a pity. Don't you dare tell her that you burned him alive, Gobbo. What I'd like to know is who's going to deal with these criminals and heretics. We can't bloody well be expected to purge them ourselves now, can we? I can say with absolute certainty everyone's mad. I'm the only sane person in the universe.
That's what they all say until they join the madness too.
Papa Hildy, the grandmama over there is staring at us.
Now, gIgI, a gentleman must be more careful with his words. First of all, you only have one grandmother. Second, and this is seriously important, never, ever call her that. At least, not yet. Promise?
Yes, Father. I promise not to call Grandmama Julian. Grandmama Julian. Greetings, my lady. Oh, ain't you a charmer? And there I was thinking I might have to rip your bloody head off if you said the G word one more time. Like that, Papa Hildy.
Ah, my faithful assistants. Have you gleaned any new information?
Nope.
No, not really.
Other than the fact these women scorn seem to detest fake knights with every fiber of their being. These two women were telling me all about what they do if they cornered, sir.
I don't want to hear it.
Is this the best you can do, then? Bloody oaths and girly fantasies. And you call yourself a Mandeville, man?
Huh. I assure you, Mother, we're just getting started. The tapestry of lies and deception behind which the truth hides is often unraveled with a tug of a single loose thread.
Oh, Hildibrand has no idea what he's doing. Hildibrand just kind of fucking lucks into things.
I say, young lady, I would beg but a moment of your time.
Somehow I doubt that young lady was targeted by the charlatans we seek. Aye, 'tis true. I too was taken in by the false promises of these awful men. Long have I yearned for a chance to meet Sir Villegrin, so when they said I finally could, I didn't hesitate even for a moment. When they escorted me to the manor and undid the blindfold, I looked on the hideous faces of these so-called grand sirs. I screamed and fled. They were gone when I returned with the watch, but their neighbors said they'd overheard them speaking about seeking shelter in a place called Idleshire. I know it's not much, but I pray this information helps you in your search.
My lady, I swear to you here and now, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall not rest until these dastardly fiends are punished for their foul crimes.
Huzzah! 3 cheers for Papa Hildy. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray.
And there you have it. Our quarry can be found in Idleshire. Come, my loyal assistants. Justice waits for no gentleman.
That's all well and good, but I've never heard of this Idleshire, have you?
Oh, that's right, you wouldn't have.
No, you mean we're to travel to the Davinian Highlands? Right now? Just like that? Yeah.
Not Highlands, hinterlands.
Party up with me. Party up with me, I'll teleport us there.
Ugh.
Yeah, we generally don't want it known that I just, like, incinerated the entire governing body of Ishgard. Not yet. There's kind of some, politics going on there.
Hi, Stella.
Ishtola, I love you. Hi, Ishtola. Did you see the mammoth? Did you see the mammoth? Nope, you didn't see the mammoth. You're just talking about. I think that's actually my god. Is that my god? No, my god's Asiak. God of time. Yeah. Oh, can I keep one? I promise I'll walk him and feed him and put fresh herbs on his mask every day. Nashu, goblins are not pets, they're people. Nashu, don't be racist. Bloody waste of time. So that was a harrowing journey during which I felt certain I would die horribly. At least be forced to part ways with my precious bits. God, I wish someone would part me ways with my precious bits. surgical consult in early January.
Whoa.
This place feels somehow familiar, but I can't possibly have come here before, right?
Truly, this magnificent settlement is a testament to the hard work and camaraderie of her Uplander and Gobi citizens.
Yes, well, I'm glad we're no longer being pursued by fire-breathing dragons, musket-wielding crabs, and bomb-throwing goblins. You know, the other ones. But they were no match for Lady Julian and that pan of hers, am I right? I want to see her make the bad gobbies fly again. For God's sakes, Hildy. Except in Gobbo, this lot would be dead in a ditch somewhere if it weren't for me.
Nonsense. I would never let any harm come to my loyal assistant or my beloved son.
If I may interject.
Now then, let's split up and question the good people of Idleshire. My keen inspector sense tells me that one of them has knowledge of the false knights we seek.
See her just frickin' kicking the ground like... I love her. Hi, Wilnix. Bye, Wilnix.
Alright, where to go?
Hey, loud jocks. Sure. Yes. Loud Jocks knows of the Grancers. Sneaky uplanders keep the selves, mingle not with gobbly flock. But each to their own, Loud Jock says, no questions, only jingly shines. Loud Jocks. Thank you for your lovely food all those times. Dreamlonia! Oh, you must be talking about them Grancers! They drifted into Idleshire some time ago, as I recall. They visited the Great Library, though I couldn't tell you why.
Oh, not the
Not
Great
the library. So here, what have you found? Could it be? I know all about them Grancers. They keep themselves in that building of theirs south of the round spot. You best watch out, though. They're a dangerous bunch, liable to kill you for looking at them cockeyed. It's entirely possible I've gone completely and utterly mad, but are you perchance the long-lost twin sister of an Ishgardian noblewoman?
Oh, I can see the resemblance.
Look behind you! A three-headed gobbler! Why do I feel I've not seen the last of that old woman?
That's weird.
Hooray for everything!
If only we had the testimony of a concerned citizen, which could conveniently direct us to the villain's precise location.
Hi, I have the testimony of a concerned citizen that leads us directly to the villain's exact location.
The Grancers are holed up in a building south of the markets. Good show, Gobbo.
Huh.
There, that's the one. Come, let's inform the others. It would seem no one's home. There's naught we can do but wait then.
Papa Hildy, I just want to say that I really like this place. I think that you and me and Mama Najhu could have lots of exciting adventures if we stay here.
You may be right, gIgI. This community seems to have fostered an enlightened, free society, welcoming of honest souls willing to work and contribute to the greater whole. Does anyone happen to see a gazebo in the way in?
We could probably make one if he really wants one.
Slovix! As I live and Hildibrand Hildor Maximilian Mandeville.
Could it be? I say, could that be Slowfix's coin toss?
You know this copy, Inspector?
I most certainly do. Why, Master Slowfix was my very first employer.
When traveling through Fanlin long ago, Gobby Flock was waylaid by Uplander bandits. With no jingly shine to pay brass blades, we had no way to take goods. Until we make busy deal with the gentleman Uplander. That is, with fastness he finds Uplander bandits and brings much bangy boom, and returns to goodly Gobby's missing goods in great justice. Henceforth Slowfix gains no appreciation for Uplanders, but for chance encounter with gentleman Uplander, he never conceives of egalitarian utopia. One may even claim Hildy a founding father of Idleshire, with metaphorical tongue flaps, that is.
Of the memories. It was a near thing, for the bandits were clever enough to see through my ingenious disguise as an innocent milkmaid. But in my haste to escape, I tripped over a barrel of fire sand, and they, as they say, boom gobby doom.
Cor, no busy deals for the wicked. No busy deals, indeed.
But leaving that delightful antidote aside, ye gods, Master Slowfix, just looking at what you and your flock have made of these ruins is making me big eyes.
Gobby Flock has come a long way since wandering days, but we have not forgotten gentle Uplander's kindness. Slowfix is here to offer hand-lending.
Well, far be it from me to refuse. My son gIgI has grown quite fond of your magnificent city, and so I should like to stay here with him and my assistant for a time. Would not require much in the way of accommodations. A humble gazebo, for example, would more than suffice.
Why settle for gazebo when perfectly good estate right behind you? Residents of building in arrears and Slowfix happy to evict them.
But we were pursuing the fiends who lived here on suspicion of defrauding young women.
Fraud? In Slowfix's egalitarian utopia? This he will not abide. All the more reason to let Gentleman Uplander and his flock stay instead of Grand Sirs. No need for jingly shine either. No need for jingly shine. Huzzah! A giant gazebo to call our own.
I don't know what to say. Thank you, Master Slowfix. Thank you.
No need for teary-eyed tongue flaps. Gobby Flock is possessed of moral obligation to repay Gentleman Uplander for past generosity. Enjoy new gazebo, and good luck with the hunt for Grand Sirs. Papa Hildy, since this is our gazebo, is it okay if I draw our family crest on it?
I can think of no better way to celebrate this joyous occasion than perhaps draw the ire of our new home's former tenants.
Come, let us go purchase some paints together. The gazebo shall be your canvas.
Yay! Vandalism! Now he's gone and gotten himself a sodding gazebo. Holy hells. If he really thinks I'm going to let him keep playing at being a father.
Paint. I
Oh my
guess we're
gosh.
waiting for a bit.
I hope that is like permanent. I really hope that becomes a permanent part of like the town, like henceforth.
It's so adorable.
It is great. I'm not the sigil of House Manderville, but I appreciate it.
Still no sign of the notorious Grand Sirs. I dare say we're going to need more paint.
It's really freaking cute. I love it. Gigi's so talented, just like her grandpapa. Even supposing I would turn a blind eye to his shenanigans, this is no place to raise a child.
Oh, come on.
That old woman must have followed us from here from Ishgard. She's involved in this, that much is clear, but the question is how. How do you like my family crest? Oh, maybe I should have also painted Grandpapa Godbert and Milady Julian. It's great. It is great. Function quit screen. Don't trust anyone over 60. Hildibrand has never been a patient man.
Much as it pains me to admit it, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. I dare say I could do with a spot of tea.
It is important to remember that the Hildibrand quests are not indicative of the tone of this game. They are exceptionally silly quests that are partly exist for the purposes of them, like, pushing the technology of their animation and finding out how far exactly they can push the animations before they look ridiculous and stupid. Which then they can step a step back in the next expansion. And after every Hildibrand quest, you start to see higher quality cutscenes. Oh no, the sort of love on this game is full of love. Just like the absurdity of Hildibrand is just Hildibrand. Hey, Expector, is it just me, or so have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes?
They do look like they're dressed like fake knights.
Oh, this is quite normal behavior for my adoring fans, I should think. When finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh, all too many succumb to their fear and flee.
Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Sirs. Come on, they're getting away. Julian is so fucking done.
GG, no!
GG, no!
No.
They went that away to the right. I'll catch up to you all soon. So just go.
He shall avenge you.
Oh, he's fine. He'll heal himself right back up in a moment. I almost went to one of my other ongoing quests. Fury, take me. I haven't run like that since Sir Chalbert chased me up and down the steps of faith, brandishing a flaming... Wait, where's gIgI? Spare the flaming rod, spoil the milksop. Where could those two have got to?
Hearken to me, you dastardly rapscallions. You've nowhere to run. Reveal yourselves at once.
And yeah, you're right. Mammoths are clockwork contraptions.
I shall not ask you again. Come forth, grand sirs. Name yourselves and answer for your misdeeds.
And hand over those outfits while you're at it.
Slayer of 1,000 worms, the silver spear which hath pierced the very heavens, Orland.
Master of magics, ancient and awesome, divine hand which hath defeated all maladies save senescence and incontinence, Gunspot.
I think Alexander punched me harder than I thought.
Grand sirs, Excelsior! I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Mayhap both.
Grandsires, Grandsirs, you stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attend private parties under false pretenses, thereby inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am come on behalf of these poor, defenseless innocents, and to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now, lay down your arms and surrender yourselves into my custody.
Ha! The audacity of this boy! You should feel ashamed of your words and deeds. Nashu, I love you. You will rue this day and rue it hard.
How hard are we talking?
I don't know, you're the one who's leveled Dragoon. You tell us. How hard is this attack?
Maybe if we're lucky he'll jump outside the zone.
Gods, how I've missed this. The ass streaming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, the slight dizziness. It was a day like this when we met, wasn't it? When we soared into those azure skies. We never truly came back down. Do mine eyes deceive? Peg's knee of my heart, descended from Halone's halls to guide me to her bosom. Ah, my beloved, my everything. Long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more and lift me higher, higher, higher. Higher, higher, higher. And the body just flops down on the ground.
Kunk.
That is
Yep,
what
the
corpses. That is how corpses look in this world. They turn into flowers. We've seen them in our inventory.
Orland! Orland! Orland!
Jumped right into the AoE zone. Tale as old as time.
Alas, poor Orland. I knew him not in the slightest. He seemed a decent man. Chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding.
You will do this day, and do it hard.
I only have one flashback to fall back onto this man.
Splat. Wait, I've seen this before. All too recently. Yes, anyway, he's only mostly dead. If the Master of Magic's Ancient and Awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. Swiftcast ascend, bitch. Oh, you're referring to me. I see, I see. With all haste, was it? Yes, yes, I'll get right on that. Oh, mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command than any self. No, wait, that's no good. Let's see, something rather less controversial tradition. Yes, yes, something with more pep. A vortex of biting winds to rend the flesh. And smite my foes!
That's not our Bible. Never mind.
Foes? I thought you were friends.
Wait, was that Arrow?
Yeah?
Oh my god.
Saderin had bugger me with a bleeding gale bog. My back, my back. 'Twould seem I underestimated your lot. That makes 2 of us? Enough of this. Leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? gIgI, no.
No.
gIgI, but when? How?
Black mage. Woo. Girl power. I thought I recognized you. First in Shkad, then in Ilshir. You've been following us since we left the capital. A bearer of faces fair and fearsome. the midnight shadow which hath deceived kings and queens. Doris! Can't possibly have been so naive to think we'd not see through your ridiculous disguises.
I mean, we're still here, so...
And yet here you are, so effortlessly easily lured into our trap, for which we are most grateful, mind. My companions are hardly cut out for life on the road. All has been in preparation for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes. From the first, the objective of this grand design has been this singular mammoth.
I swear to you, if you harm gIgI in any way...
We have no desire to harm the boy. We but require his help to reclaim that which is rightly ours, our youth. It's confounded, I can't see. Damn, they're very slowly getting away. I love that he's healing Orland's back. Papa Hildy!
gIgI! Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you.
You just run and catch up to them.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere.
Bop the white mage, down the white mage. He doesn't have a lot of HP, and then the DPSs will fall. Remind me again why we didn't just, you know. Fine job he did protecting that mammoth of his, eh?
Why didn't you do anything?
Do you think they're headed for the old mill? If not, can we go anyway? I haven't had cider in ages.
12 strike me down for a fool. So desperate was I to seize the Grand Sirs that I failed to discern their true intent, for it's too late. And now poor gIgI's in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again?
I suppose we ought to be prepared for the worst. They could be halfway to Rat's Pond by now.
It seems more like...
I very much doubt that, given they were moving at an adamantuous pace.
Have you seen those? They're scary!
Ah, the little milksop's right. Let's go after the old buggers. Huh? That's what my inventor used to call me. Among other things. Oh, the memories. Little faggot, femboy, egg. All the words my mentor used to call me.
Fly, my pretties!
And in privy to the discussion Sahil was having in her Zestiria review, look at how easy it is to follow this road and find the quest objective. You don't need to use the minimap. That's good level design. Let me guess. Wondering why I haven't gone and smacked him upside the head and put an end to this rubbish, eh? Well, there's a time for cracking skulls and a time for letting your idiot son deal with his troubles on his own, that's why. Think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes? We mustn't ask rashly. If they realize they're being watched, they may attempt to flee again. Very slowly.
So it seems the Grand Sirs have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them.
How ironic. Also, how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have gIgI. Damn it, if only some manner of opportunity would present itself. Ask and ye shall receive. We could ambush the wizened dragoon, take him hostage and demand an exchange.
Inquisitor Seer, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnapping and ransom of elders. No, we approach this problem as paragons of honor and virtue. Gobbo will stalk and subdue the Grand Sir, then relieve him of his armor.
How is stripping an old man naked more gentlemanly than taking him hostage?
Rest assured, I'll reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, Gobbo.
Hey, y'all. Prepare. Prepare for some funny bullshit.
Oh. There they are.
Hey, Orland, strip for me, baby. Ah, I knew you'd... Wait, who were you again? There's something awfully familiar about those muscular forearms. Those strong yet tender-looking fingers. I say, would you be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young lady? There's this lingering ache, this tension that Gunspot can't seem to soothe with his magics.
It'd be easy if we take off that armor.
Oh, of course, how silly of me. Pray lend me a hand with the straps. Truly, young lady, you're a saint.
The things I do to help these people.
Ah, I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know. Right, I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. And now we reach around his head and snap. Massage, 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 massage. The air above his head. Ah, those healing tingles. Would that I had a tincture of salamander with which to treat these aches. My little pigsney used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Oh, come, don't be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every knot. Slowly make me forget my troubles.
This feels familiar.
Yeah, at least he's not naked and we're not rubbing his dick like we did with Goddard. Harder, harder, higher, higher. Oh, close your eyes and dream.
I think
The
I'd
old
prefer-
dragoon. You prefer Goddard?
Yeah. I think I'd prefer Godbird in this scenario.
The old dragoon's soft snoring suddenly stops. You begin to fear you may have borne witness to his final moments. Leaning closer, you extend a hesitant finger, only to stop short when the sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. Someone get that man a CPAP. Well, off with his pants. With utmost care, we remove Orland's sabatons and breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements and the mercy of the nearby ravenous bears and tentacled mortals. May he rest in peace.
Good night, sweet prince.
Gonna be tentacled by the mortals and eaten by the bears. This is so much more gentlemanly.
Should we buy the old man some time, or...
Nah. Oh yes, let's not even bother to discuss the moral and ethical implications, much less the legal ones. Seer, this is Dravania. There is no law. You can do whatever you want out here. You just have to, as long as nobody else kills you for it, you're fine. Ah, I think he's sleeping and just resting his eyes. Let me... Okay, we've already talked to you.
Oh, my stalwart assistant. By your return, I gather you've taken care of the Dragoon? And by taking care, I mean afford him all due courtesy as befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require?
I guess... That's technically true. We did give him a courtesy before we did that.
Capital! Then without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orland and free gIgI from captivity.
But you two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind.
O ye of little faith, you're in for a treat, for you shall have front row seat to the magnificent display of Mandevillian guile and subterfuge.
Is it time for dinner yet? We just ate, you daft bugger. And where the hell is Orland? I know he's got to take a piss every hour, but damn it, he could at least be quick about it.
Greetings, fellow antediluvians. I have returned.
He looks really good in that armor.
Oh, bollocks. It's about time. Okay, no, that's bollocks. Pack up your things. I want us back on the road in 10 minutes.
Before we do that, we must first release young gIgI here. It is behavior unbecoming a gentleman to keep children in cages.
What in the seven hells are you blathering about? He's gonna get away.
No, he will not. See? Still here, within my care. Right then, on a completely unrelated note, I shall now take this boy with me on a brief sojourn into the wilderness.
Fury take me, it's working. He's about to walk out of there with gIgI and they won't even try and stop him. So far, so good.
Oh, hey, he lived.
I'm cold and there's marbles after me.
Oh my.
I'm me, but you're also me. That can't be unless... This is it. This is the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, My dearest Pigsney, we'll be together at last. Imposter! How dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so hackneyed it could make a minstrel blush? Ye gods! I never realized dying would hurt so much.
Not a chance, gIgI. Come with me.
Vivi, wait!
My son, what's gotten into you?
Vivi, Vivi, where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi, what you are. Creation of the great Charlian Archmagus Quan. Quan, I was given life by Grandpapa Quan. I remember now. We lived together, and he taught me many things about the outside world.
What exactly do you remember, my son?
Everything, yes, everything. I remember that Grandpapa Quan created me, that he took care of me, raised me, and that we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again. And so, in his ignorance, he cast you out and died, all alone. To turn back the hands of time? Then what we witnessed in the Crozier with the Duke's priceless vase? That power can be brought to bear on people? But wait, how do you know all of this? You couldn't possibly have been associates of this Archmagus Quan. We found his journals during one of our many trips to the Great Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of the war in our prime, with fortunes to match. But no soldier has the strength to triumph over time, and before we knew it, the hour of the sheath was upon us. Ishgard no longer had need of our services. So we came here to eke out a living, keep doing what we do best, until our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime. A second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth with the power to take that which was broken and restore it to prime state. To turn back time with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent youth. If you retake me, this also, I don't even know if there's precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy. We knew where to look even. When the journals we determined the mammoth was somewhere in the Western Highlands. A chance for a second chance was within reach. And then we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, you may even have the power to restore life to Archmage's Quan. Vivi, Vivi, Vivi. Impossible. No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best you can animate a corpse. I need not review the precepts to declare the products of necromancy are abominations in the eyes of the Fury.
gIgI, wait. What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You're a Mandeville Mammoth.
You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that. But Grandpapa Quan made me. He made me, and I miss him. So even if it fails, I have to try.
What are you doing? They're getting away! We have to stop them! Mayhap, we must respect gIgI's decision.
So that's the end of the chapter then, eh? You're giving up and coming back home?
I too made a decision long ago to become a traveling inspector, and I have ever stood by it. Mayhap it's from this singular stubbornness of mine that gIgI took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide it.
He's my flesh and blood, my son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to pervert the natural order. It falls to me, his father, to ensure that gIgI keeps to the righteous path, and only utilizes traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work, and cannot thank you enough for all you've done on our behalf. Yet I fear if we continue as we are, gIgI may be driven to rash action. Therefore I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Sirs for a time, that I might be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully.
Well, seeing as how we can only guess the full extent of the gIgI's powers, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them.
I knew you'd understand. Right then, there's no time to waste.
Nashu, let us return to our gazebo and discuss our plans.
I suppose it'd be a shame if you'd given up that easily. That means I'll have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoth's really got the power to make me young again, then...
I did not get punched super hard by Alexander for people to be using time powers again.
Yeah. I said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will, but it doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation into the mammoth and his powers. In Ishgard. Ishgard!
Ishgard.
I think we only have 2 more quests in Hildibrand altogether. I intend to push through. I intend to push through for the night. Well, until the next expansion. Ah, I see you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tomes, including many of Charlian origin, and I had a mind to scour them for information on temporal magics. This is, of course, all for the sake of confirming the mammoth's heretical origins, yes. Only that. Why are you looking at me like that? As if to imply my interest in these matters is more than a professional one. I'm sure I don't know what you're not talking about. Thank you, Gubbo. That'll be all.
I need a food break.
Okay.
I'll be back.
See you, Inspector. The font is the fantasy font they use for the fantasy language. That's not English, but it's just letter swapped English. So I can sort of read it because I've just seen it enough. I'm going to take a moment to get a drink because, oh my gosh. What are my son's friends messaging me about? Oh, they're mocking me that Broadway Homestuck is number 4 on my top artists for my Spotify Wrapped. While we wait for Ura to grab some food, let's check what the weather forecast is. Skywatcher! Tell me what the weather's going to be. Snow in Ishgard, and clear skies in Idleshire. I hope we get to go to Idleshire and avoid the snow in Ishgard. I'm going to just keep going on ahead. Ura can catch up. The proud and the pointy-eyed. Sears a man at the end of his tether. We need to speak, Gobbo. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magics since last we spoke, and the results have been rather troubling, to say the least. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Alec is portrayed in the Enchiridion as a cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. Please tell me that Vivi isn't Allegan. If gigi's Allegan, we have to kill him. Please tell me he's not Allegan. However, there's certain apocryphal texts in which the Allegans are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. It was in these texts that I found references to temporal magics once wielded by Allegan mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if gigi's abilities in these magics are one and the same, then it may well be possible for him to take back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs, but has restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there's no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when shattered. Even if the vessel were restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before? The very same, every drop returned? Or would it be different water? Or would the water, once spilt, be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend. For even if we could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before? With all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can. But the dead who have entered into Halone's halls cannot return. They cannot. But gIgI is nevertheless reserved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. And speaking of which, according to some Shalian texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient Allegan magics. Further evidence that gIgI's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose.
But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus' former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there. Something that could help us persuade gIgI to change his course. Had a mind to summon Inspector Hildibrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Excellent. Then let us be about our business. I saw you, heretic.
I beg your pardon? Are you accusing me of being a heretic?
Yes, you, Inquisitor Seer. I saw you sneak into the archives and seek out the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of their forbidden knowledge.
Oh, for the love of... I did all that for my investigation.
Aha. You admit your crimes. That you did secretly, without permission, in blatant contravention of our rules. Read forbidden tomes. And by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of the Lonic Inquisitory Doctrine. You stupid, ignorant. Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs? You'll go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow. Of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that, damn it! We're better than that! If you'll not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose no point in trying to convince myself I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps? A way to help those in need. But there's no place for people like me in the Inquisition, is there? It's only a matter of time before the stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let's depart for Idleshire at once. We need to find the Inspector. As you say, heretic seer, as you say. You two meet us in Idleshire. I'm getting out of here before the cops come.
Oh dear. I ate something. I should be good to go. So I think my throat is sore.
My
from being
throat.
outside earlier.
My throat is sore from all of this voice acting.
Oh no.
These are fun voices, but they all kind of strain my voice in different ways. I'm going from one to the other. It's probably not wise. God damn it, Hildy! I raised you to have better sense than this. Are you looking for the Inspector, who went off on his lonesome? Why is only my MP a round number? What do you mean? Oh, because my MP is, because I'm a black mage, so my HP is shit and my MP is amazing. Like if I click warrior here, I mean I have less for warrior, but I also am like 30 levels lower as a warrior. And then I go to an astrologian. I'm almost the same level. My HP is even worse. My MP is still 10,000 though. What's my MP as a red mage? Still 10,000. Why is my MP 10,000?
It's always 10,000.
This is
Right.
capped at 10,000, yeah.
Yep.
'Twould seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildibrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade jingly shine for supplies and whatnot, you see, and the gobbies ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to go after them right away and backtake gIgI. He said it a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Oh, bugger that. He's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth. Especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear I turned my back on the boy for one bleeding second and he loses his goddamned mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try to find him and offer hand-lending? Nashu, I love that you're talking gobby. I love that you're talking gobby slang. I'm rather more concerned about what would happen if the Grand Sirs attack, or worse, kill any of Hraesvelgur's brood. But first things first, I suppose. Gobbo, would you be so kind as to assist Mistress Nashu and Julian in their search for the Inspector? I'll pay a visit to Archmage Quan's abandoned abode in the meantime. And before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let's just say our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality.
That reality is a construct?
Heh. Could it be that scrawny little shite's finally found his spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there first to ask about the Grand Sirs. So if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually.
Oh, Tailfeather.
And I'm pretty sure Seer just realized that by leveling Scholar, he also got levels in Summoner and just unlocked them.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Hildy practically grew up in the saddle. Gave him his firm thighs and buttocks, it did.
They're
Right
rather
then.
firm.
I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector or the Grand Sirs or gIgI, come and tell me, so I can be sure to reclaim his firm buttocks. Because you know Nashu's got fat buttocks.
Let's go get some buttocks.
Buttocks? Buttocks.
Buttocks.
Botox?
Booty.
Botulism? Hi, Louisne. These guardians with the mammoths? They were here, proclaiming to all and sundry they were going to slay the greatest dragon of all. Gods only know if the naive fools were serious. Oh god, please tell me they're not going to kill Hraesvelgur.
Can they even do that?
I don't know, but we just made peace with Hraesvelgur. Hi, Remisian. 3 Dragon Slayers and a mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. Oh, God. Profay. The daft sods. They were for Annex Shrine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident, that much I recall. To Annex Shrine, eh? Peace out. Oh. They went to Annex Shrine. Oh, I see. So the Grand says we're headed for Annextrine. Annextrine? And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go. Hold hands and we'll teleport, or you can run. Somehow faster than I can teleport.
Maybe teleporting just takes a while.
Night Sting.
I mean, our senses do get dulled when we're... Go through that.
I forget exactly how we get out of here. There it is. I knew there was a way out. It's not accurate. We learn how teleporting works later. You'll see. Ah, I found one of the Grand Sirs. Did Hildy do this? Usually he ends up on the receiving end.
The poor unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth.
Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be, but where'd the other two get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Oh, silly of me. I'm sure you've got more than enough strength to yank him free, right, Gubbo? One second.
Realize...
Wasn't
Hildy the one wearing the armor when we left?
Yeah. I'm not high enough level on my warrior to pull him out, otherwise I would have be a warrior. Yep, that's Hildy. Well, I'll be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask that makes him look just like the Inspector. Just like that man of 1,000 faces back in Ilda. No, that's Hildibrand, all right. There's no fool in a mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time?
Hi, Godbert.
Hi, Seer. Why, hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector Seer. How'd you two end up traveling together? Blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but fortunately Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness.
Lord Edmund told me all about his recent troubles with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation, and a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he?
As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely Archmagus Quan's research notes. Gimme, can I turn it into destruction power? Give me.
Considering I was trying to fix something, no.
What if I invert it? Like, if I understand his theses of restoration, maybe I can turn them into degradation and despair and rend the flesh with decay.
No messing with time magic!
Nothing slept like that since I was buried in a lich yard. Well, I must confess no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But ignominy notwithstanding, I'm most grateful for your succor. I'm pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all.
This wouldn't have happened if you waited for us instead. Why the hell are you still wearing that rubbish?
An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, it would seem the Grand Sirs have grown more perceptive in their newfound youth.
Wait, do you mean they've already regained their youth? What about gIgI? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely?
Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember.
By the Fury, not pointy. According to Archmagus, Quan's notes, that's a sign gIgI's used too much magic. If he carries on like this, his aether will be expended, and he'll end up not more than an empty husk. This is terrible news. Must catch up to the Grand Sirs at once. Do you know where they're headed? All I heard was they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Churning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg.
Oh dear.
Nidhogg is a possessed Destinian. And regained both of his eyes. That's a fool's errand.
Really? That'll happen, eh? Ahem. I'm not the other one, Raistlgar.
He's our ally. He's formed peace with Ishgard.
Raistlgar. Fury take me, what could they possibly hope to achieve?
Guess they didn't get the memo.
I don't think they care about the memo. And they're going to ruin the peace we just won.
Watching Hildry learn and grow as a father reminds me of my own trials and tribulations.
He looks well enough, but I wonder.
After finally achieving peace after 1,000 years of war, they want to kill Raistlgar. This doesn't make any sense. At least we found the inspector, right? If I could turn back time.
I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grand Sir's machinations.
You know, there's really no need for all that. We came because we wanted to help.
I, Nashu, faithful assistant, maker of explosives extraordinaire, do hereby present you this fresh change of clothing.
Oh, capital! I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I shall change en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to gIgI.
The Zenith.
Whee!
I say, what brilliant craftsmanship. How did they manage?
Spending too much time at this high altitude can't be good for my skin. To think I stand in the heart of Finian territory. Me. How long ago was I scouring the streets for heretics? His disguises may be amazing, but nothing beats the classic Inspector look.
Make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand. It should seem my wounds were more serious than I thought. I fear I'm in no condition to confront our foes. There's but one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self.
Don't you worry. I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give her baby boy a massage?
Oh, my dearest Mummy, Mother dearest. I would not impose upon you, not when my ever-loyal associate, Gobbo, stands ready to minister to my muscles.
Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mummy take care of little Hildy says.
Yes, please, I don't want to do this again.
My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let Gobbo handle it. Theirs is a bond which transcends time and space and personal boundaries.
Oh dear.
If that's the way of it, I'm counting on you, Gobbo.
If we mess this up, we're all dead.
This is sexual harassment.
Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend, coat my body in oil, as you have done many a time before. Why do you hesitate? Have we not done this time and again? Oil me up, woman. Oh, how it soothes my aches and pains. Quickly now, Kneaded into my flesh. Knead as you have never kneaded before. There. Yeah, such furious kneading. Ah, I applaud your enthusiasm. Mayhap I urge you to use excessive force. Nay, you were in the right.
Already the gentle warmth begins to spread throughout my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast. Hold, my son. Though your passion's renewed, you may yet be spurred to greater feats of Mandervillian strength. Derived from the purest essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Manderville. Salamanderville! To you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath this most sacred of oils. Salamanderville? Could it be the legends were true? Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will have the power to do you harm. Verily it's so, for by its grace did I once weather the slings and arrows of a bandit horde, and bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Gobbo. Take this oil and help Hildy become the Manderville man he was meant to be.
You all know I'm a lesbian, right?
Salamanderville. The best of the best for a Manderville man. To rise to the top as the cream only can. So for the lack of a logical plan, massage the Manderville man.
Things I do for friendship.
I'm ready for my final oiling, Gobbo. Oh, the Salamanderville. How it flows into every nook and cranny. Quickly now, lay your hands upon me. Massage me with all your might. Ah, yes. Ah, that's the spirit. I feel it building and rising, rising. Ah, such passion, such fervor. I'm the inferno unbound, the tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose. Ah, I am Amanda, Manderville man. Ah, that Salamanderville is, my word, I've never felt so alive. Such vibrant colors, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Gobbo, 'twas your oils and your strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I'm a gentleman inspector reborn.
Yeah, I've heard the ladies say that before.
Onward, to Zenith. No matter the laws of nature they pervert or the limits they break, the Grand Sirs can do naught to stop me.
Young asshole!
Oh my god, their faces are so smooth!
Young prick. You were hotter when you were old!
Oh dear. Oh no, pointy eyes!
Grand sirs, I have come for my son.
Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay. There's no need for any of this. The war is over. But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood. And we, having consumed his eyes, will use our new powers to win untold glory on the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity. You would doom countless innocents for glory? No, I won't allow it over my dead body. Far be it from us to deny you, then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end.
Okay, so this is gonna be a 3-on-3. We don't have any tanks, but they don't have any tanks either.
Oh, it's a 3-on-1.
We'll be fine.
Hildy, can I have your gazebo if you fall?
Thunder 3. Holy. Whatever the Dragoon is doing. Fire 4.
Oh no.
Gravity?
Arrow?
Why are you jumping straight to Blizzard 3?
Gotta recharge. Zone 3.
And you just did...
No, wait. I think that's Limit Break, actually.
Just sent an LB3 in Hildibrand's face.
Have faith, my love. He is our son. gIgI, my beautiful boy, pray do not look on me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo.
Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi. I remember everything. My powers, my purpose, my grandpapa Quan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more, more. I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back.
I'm sorry, gIgI, you cannot. Grandpa Quan is gone.
He's right, gIgI. Mayhap he could restore his corporeal form and breathe life into it. But his soul, what made him your grandpapa? is forever beyond his reach, beyond your reach. That is not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should be, even Grandpapa Quan, even you, Papa Hildy. Please, gIgI, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die.
Oh.
I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered.
As they should be, gIgI. For my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live life to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures.
I found your grandpapa's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world. To make things the way you believed they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the Inspector. Because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his is, in its own way, right.
My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Seer. And it is for the self-same reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your heart you knew that there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration.
No. Then what about the Grances? Why was I able to make them young again? All you truly knew of them were the stories they told. Wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in the prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them as such. And that's all they ever talked about when they were young and free and full of fire. At first, Archmagus Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you couldn't make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving of him as anything but an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world. No longer a mere mammoth, but a friend, family, his only family, his grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality. But I still lost my memories in the end. He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained. Something stronger and more powerful and more resilient than anything Archmagus Quan ever dared dream. You were never broken, gIgI. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free. Free? Free to do what?
Whatever you like, gIgI. Don't you see? That was his final gift to you. A new life. A new story, all your own.
This has all been very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't at any rate. We've suffered your meddling long enough. I intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you're so perfectly positioned...
Oh.
Fire 2. Square eyes, yay! I am Vivi, grandson of Archmagus Quan, and gIgI, son of Inspector Hildibrand. That text went too fast for me to read. The world will be right, I guess.
Eh, they got fixed.
Where's gIgI? Vivi. Our Manderville Mammoth. Where is he? Oh,
Eh, they're old again. Uh-oh.
that's exactly as gIgI thought they should be.
gIgI.
Hmm. You know, Shauna might know how to infuse him with Aether. It's like it never happened. With the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just the pillars, but for us all. He made us all as we were meant to be. After all that gallivanting about I get bugger all from my misspent youth. I was not meant to be this bloody old.
Such a fine day. Never have I squatted with such perfect form. I might well have reached my physical peak.
What rot. Act your age, you darn sod. You look foolish. You should be grateful. gIgI saw what you became and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance. To relive our glory days.
It was all rather silly, though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old.
I was a coward when I was young. But now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris. You're a blind, bloody fool, Gonspot.
Aww. They're still going to the jail.
No, I'm pretty sure Ishgard just, like, kills people. I don't think they actually, like, jail. I think they do trial and execution for, like, every crime.
We should really send a letter to Sir Emmerich.
Yes. Dear Sir Emmerich, make sure you put these two's heads on spikes right next to each other so they can be together forever.
I'll say, am I dead again?
Quite alive, Inspector. Along with everyone else, thanks to gIgI. The Great Sirs are also in our custody.
That's my boy. Where's the little tyke anyway?
gIgI embarked on a new adventure. He's no longer with us.
I see. That's what he wanted then. Then I could not be happier for him. I'm sure Archmagus Quan would feel the same way.
What shall we do now, Inspector?
Is it not obvious, Nashu? The wide, wide world beckons to us with the promise of mystery and wonder. We shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound, and perhaps, one day, we shall meet young gIgI again.
I hate to admit it, but this whole mess got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right by gIgI, Hindi. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you became.
And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the ephemeral nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully.
actually.
Gracefully, was it?
I fear we may have had a failure of communication.
Oh, she's coming in for a second. Oh, is this gonna be a spike? Oh, it's a curveball. Ooh.
There he goes again. Wait for me, Inspector. Wait.
I think she made a hole with that. That hole was made for him.
Hark! What Curian light I spy in the far eastern skies, and the so familiar scent which fills my nostrils. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there. Till we meet again.
There he goes.
See you after Stormblood, I guess. I still say if we take him to Y'shtola, we can probably reinfuse him with Aether before it all dissipates.
I say, you do know that so long as the core remains intact, little gIgI's not actually dead.
Oh, that's right. So dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about.
He's fallen into the dormant state because he used up all his Aether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon ambient Aether, and in time he'll awaken from his torpor. I'll tend to the child for now. As for these three, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead.
A most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh, yes, it was my duty. After everything I said to the young Inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me in a jail and throw away the key if they don't kill me outright.
Aha! So they do have a jail.
So go to Idleshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away, no? That doesn't sound so bad, actually. How glad I am to accept your offer. And maybe we can get you some estrogen while you're at it.
And if you need to change their names for whatever reason, we're happy to help with that too.
Oh, you don't even need to do anything. There's not even any paperwork. It's Idleshire. Oh my gosh, you don't need to spend money on like birth certificate changes and such at Idleshire. It's great. I suppose there's nothing but to wait till he comes back down.
'Twas a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch.
Please don't murder us, ma'am. The indeed.
Looks like we're not done yet.
Yeah, we still have to have a couple more little chats. I suppose there's nothing for it but to leave the grand sirs to Lord Godbert, and for me to see to Inspector Hildibrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Ilshire, come and see me. There's a few arrangements I need to make, but I can't imagine it'll take long for me to settle in. Thank you, my friend. Until we meet again. To Ilshire. It's still there. It's gonna be there forever now. I love it. Looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I took this case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. The rubbish I believed, the facts I considered unassailable. Fury take me, what a fool I was! If I hadn't met you, and the Inspector, and gIgI, I would never have realized how much I had come to hate my job. Nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek the truth. The whole truth. One might say that getting labeled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, now I'm free to start a new life here in Ilshire as a consulting inspector.
Speaking of consulting inspectors...
Do you need a hormone consultation? Enough of that. There's someone I'd like you to meet. Lord Godbert made some modifications, as you can see. Smaller size should allow him to absorb Aether more efficiently over time. We thought that if he were to travel with you and share in your adventures, that maybe it'd hasten his reawakening.
It's a little gIgI.
Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless you and keep you. If I could turn back time, complete.
Oh, you got credits.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I can't read the script.
Hildibrand Manderville. Nico. Seer. Godbert Mandeville. I forget Mrs. Mandeville's name. The Great Sirs. Or Doris. Gogert. Gogurt, whatever his name was. Somebody
Once told me
I had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend that you had in February of last year. It's not confidential, but I have potential.
Hildibrand will return?
There's Hildibrand after every expansion, except for Shadowbringers, because COVID hit like right after, and they had to give something else out. Do we have a new title? We do.
Inspector Seer! Inspector Seer!
Wherefore art thou, Inspector Seer? So, I think only one of us should have gIgI out as a minion. Who should have gIgI out as a minion?
Eh,
You like having Anima out?
yep.
Halabali, how do you feel about Wind Up Violet versus gIgI? You know what? I'll make an executive decision.
Yeah, let's have Albrecht do it.
gIgI will be with me.
Okay.
And most importantly, that's the end of this particular little adventure. So we need to decide who we're going to raid into. Who do we have
Let's raid into
available?
Bahamut.
Let's see. I've got Lucky, I've got Baron, I've got Aralea, and I've got Goka. So we have Baldur's Gate 2, RimWorld, Retro Games, or Dwarf Fortress. Building a big dam fort. Do we have any opinions?
I got none.
I think in that case, we'll go say hi to Guka, because Guka needs some love.
Alright, I am gonna probably end up sleeping in tomorrow.
That happens. For now, thank you for coming, and remember to come along, pile into this raid, everybody. And it's okay to get old. Rah.
Rah!